This fight has been going on for 10 years. But for the last 3, the neighborhood, this movement has had to deal with the city of Minneapolis for it to sell this site, this 7.5 acre site, to the neighborhood for redevelopment and community ownership. And right now, the mayor is trying to walk back from that deal.
Boo! Shame!
The city is saying that this is financial malfeasance because what it is doing is spending money out of the water fund. About $2 million per year just to hold this site. $2 million that could be used to reinvest in our public housing. $2 million to keep folks off the street. $2 million for housing vouchers. $2 million that could be reinvested into this project to make it happen. And right now, unfortunately, the state failed to come through with its $5.7 million, and now we're at a budgetary shortfall. But EPNI, despite the mayor's claims that it is not successfully fundraised, has come to the table with $10.2 million of that 16.5. That's not nothing.
If you all will notice, I am being a very good Vanna and holding up a sign for everyone. We also have a flyer version of this that we're going to circulate, basically saying to call Jacob Frey and demand a fair deal for East Phillips. Call Frey, 612-673-2100, and we have a little blurb on here about what you can say. But basically, everything Joe talked about in a few words, give East Phillips a fair deal, let the community develop a site that meets all of Minneapolis's own stated goals, because there's no reason not to, other than Frey wanting the community to pay for his own poor decision making.
This city, the mayor and its cronies for years and decades have said that this neighborhood, that this movement couldn't come up with $1. It couldn't come up with $1 million, but we've come through with 10.2. And we have, the Minneapolis Foundation. We have other private investors that want to invest more. But the thing is that we can't get to that next step if there's no site control. Nobody wants to give you a mortgage if there's no house or if there's no intention of owning a home. What bank is going to do that? What collateral is there? And so what we have right now is a mayor that is negotiating in bad faith.
That's right.
What he is doing is simply raising the bar. His delays, we reached out to him in late June, and we just heard back from him. And so that month that we lost has created more delays, because EPNI and our movement, because we've been in those weekly phone calls for years, right, on Wednesdays over Zoom, trying to figure out what to do. But now what we have to do is repay for an environmental assessment and an assessment of the building, which will cost the neighborhood almost $50,000 to do again. And it'll take over a month to complete this process.
Jacob Frey's career should be destroyed for this situation.
That's right.
Yeah.
This all started because he disregarded a report that repairs in the Marcy Homes location would be the economical answer to the needs of public works.
That's right.
Instead, he pushed for the city to buy the roof depot. Purchasing and then leaving the site to sit has cost Minneapolis taxpayer money. Instead, including the residents here. Then, when we stood against a demolition that would poison the neighborhood, Frey and his allies had security and barbed wires put up. That also wasted money on this site. And this wasted money by the city is Frey and Co.'s rationale for the price of this place to cost $16 million. This place would not be worth normally even a third of that.
I cannot tell you how proud I am to be here in solidarity with the East Phillips Neighborhood Institute and CJC in this fight for a fair deal for the roof depot. MIRAC fully supports you in this fight for environmental justice, just as we've received support from you in all of our fight against Frey's lies and Trump's constant ICE bullshit. Can I hear a fuck Frey?
Fuck Frey!
Can I get a fuck Trump?
Fuck Trump!
And let me hear Chinga la Migra!
Chinga la Migra!
So happy to be here today. Gracias que nos invitan siempre. I love being here because we're in community, and all the people that you see here today are people who care about our neighborhood and about our families and what's happening to our health and what's happening to our social life. As we reclaim and say that this is the time for indigenous people, this is the time for land back, this is the time to make reparations to the community for all the harm that over the centuries has been done upon us. This community right here comes together to reclaim this piece of land that should have been in our hands long ago and that they're denying us. It is important to remember that this is an issue of equity, equality, and an issue of reparations to our communities. That the mayor is making us wait and wait for a beautiful project that can bring medicine, that can bring healing, that can bring so many opportunities to all the people that are out here. You feel the pain when you're in the streets. You feel the pain, and this pain must be met with a lot of medicine and a lot of goodwill. So Mayor Frey, if you're listening, I know you will be hearing this. I know you know who we are because we've been face to face with you. Do the right thing. Do the right thing and put this piece of land in our hands. ¡Él es Dios!